how do we look at individuals who are ordinary Joes, ordinary Marys, people who are just a run-of-the-mill, and why do some choose to be extraordinary and others choose to maintain of just being ordinary? So what separates those individuals from being ordinary or extraordinary? What separates the difference? We have some individuals who will constantly climb, perseverance, guts, grit. No matter what they're doing and the level of success that they have, they keep climbing that mountain. And then there's others of us that we may find ourselves having that grit and that tenacity until we hit a certain level of success. And the second we hit that level of success, we camp. And our motivation to grow turns into a motivation to protect what we built. And then we have another group of individuals that will actually look at success and say, man, that's a hard, hard, hard mountain to climb. I'm going to hang out here for a little while and see what happens. When other people become successful, they want the fruit of those labors, they just don't want to put the effort into it. And I'm sure you have friends or families or people that you know that when you look at them, they're still growing and they're still becoming better, but you have other individuals who have what it takes, but they choose not to capitalize on it. So what really makes the difference between success and those who choose not to have it? So we did a little investigating. We look at things like school, for instance. Well, that kind of makes a lot of logical sense, right? We all in this room want to send our children to the best schools possible. The better school they go to, the more successful they can become. As a matter of fact, some of us are also proud of badge of honor, and we actually throw the schools they go on to on our back bumpers. So we want to have them go to a good school. Good school, good success. You spend tens of thousands of dollars on sending them to private schools versus state schools. Maybe, and even at a high school level, you're sending your kid to private schools, not to the public school, because we want them to have a better edge. There may be even some of you in here, I know it happens in New York City all the time, spending tens of thousands of dollars to send your 4-year-old, right, to pre-K, to make sure they got an edge. So, is it schooling? Kind of makes sense. Then we take a look at grades. We gotta have good grades. That's what makes us successful. If you get an A, it's better than a B. B people will always be better than C's. That's what we tell our kids. SATs, get good grades, better school, better level of success. It kind of makes sense then that we follow the bouncing ball and turn around and say, what about IQ? The more intelligent you are, the better possibility of being successful that you have. It has to be intelligence. So when we start peeling back the onion, let's take a look at some of the statistics that come back and say what does make success, because maybe it's luck. So what we found is some interesting stuff. The first is the labor of statistics will turn around and tell us that the school that you choose to go to, the reputation of the school has no bearing on your financial outcome. Now that's a shock to some of us who have 2 or 3 kids in school, that we're trying to put them into the best school to have the best opportunities afterwards. Then all of a sudden, CNBC did a study that said entrepreneurials, that more entrepreneurials either didn't go to school or quit than those that graduated. And by the way, that's gender indifferent. And this is the one I think is even staggering than most, and that's the reason my kids are not watching this right now and streaming, because everything would be debunked that I told them, which is, it's true for me, but not for them, which is millionaires, self-made millionaires. More self-made millionaires are B students than A's. Look at it, 41% are B students. How the heck can we turn around and tell our kids, hey, go be a good C student? If you're a solid C student, you can be probably more successful on being a multimillionaire than if you're an A student. Wow, right? How can that possibly be true? So if it's not schooling, if it's not your education, what is it? So Carnegie will turn around and tell us that for financial success, 85% of your ability to be successful comes from your people skills, and only 15% comes from your technical knowledge. Yet where do we spend all our time and energy and money? On developing technical information. So if it's not that, what is success? If we don't have the capacity to say it's school, or education, or good grades, what makes success?